Welcome back everybody, it's Adam. Today I'm going to show you how to add some pink highlights into your blue skyline. So let's jump into Photoshop. I'm going to grab the background here and I'm just going to make a copy of it. Next I'm going to go to the curves adjustment, and the image is a little bit white here, or it's a little bit overexposed. What it's going to do is bring up the highlights a little bit where we want them, and we're going to drop the blacks where we want those. I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so next I'm going to come down here and I'm going to open the hue saturation panel, and we're just going to add some pink to the sky. I think that looks pretty good right there, about 93. Then I'm going to come down to the saturation and I'm going to make it a little more saturated, really make that pink pop. Maybe not that much, maybe around 29. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to mask out where I do not want the pink. So I'm going to come up here to my brushes. Your brushes may be in a different location, but I'm going to use a soft round brush, and I'm going to change the flow to about 50%, opacity set at 100, and we're just going to start removing the pink from where I don't want it. Get it out of the dock a little bit. Just kind of want to have it there right about the horizon. I'm going to pull it out of the trees just a little bit. And I think that looks good. So if you'll notice down here where I actually have it masked out, which I'm just going to go ahead and mask out the entire bottom half here. And this is all personal preference. Alright, so I think that looks good. So you're going to double click this layer mask here, and what that's going to do, it's going to open up this layer style box. And what I want to do is I want to remove the pink from the darker parts of the blue, and it's going to affect just the highlights. So in order to do that, I'm just going to come down here to the underline layer slider, and I'm just going to move this to where it starts to come off the top of the image here. Right there, you can see where it comes off the top of the image. I'm going to back that up a little bit, and that's where I want it. And in order to make that pink just affect the highlights, I'm going to hold down my Alt key on PC. Can't recall what it is on a Mac, but just hold it down. I think it's Command, possibly on a Mac, but Alt on your PC, click the slider there, and it'll break apart the slider. And you just want to open that up a little bit, and you can see how it's starting to make that pink affect just the highlights. And that is pretty much the effect I'm looking for. So I think that looks good to me. And I'm going to click OK. And I think that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to actually reduce that a little bit more. Click on the opacity, and you can drop your opacity a little bit more if that was too much for you. So I think that just adds a nice little pink effect to a otherwise boring blue sky. Hope you all liked the video. If you did, hit that like button. If you'd like to see my future videos, please subscribe.